So in unit 5, so this is unit 5. Sequential circuits. See, actually, sequential circuits are also like a combinational circuits, but additionally they have a memory devices. So these combination circuits are connected with the memory device. Those combinational circuits with memory is considered as to be a sequential circuits. So actually, sequential circuits is a combination of combinational circuits only, but including combinational circuit and including with memory devices. So these memory devices are nothing but flip-flops. So that's why flip-flops are nothing but memory devices. Okay, so I'll write the key points here. So please remember these key points while you are studying flip-flops. Just remember these key points. So sequential circuits, sequential circuits, sequential circuits is a combinational sequential circuit is a combinational circuit with memory. Okay, so it's very important point. Sequential circuits is a combination circuits with memory. Actually, in data processing circuits are nothing but combinational circuits, but combinational circuits and sequential circuits only there is only one difference, that is called if sequential circuits means it is a combinational with memory, but combination circuits is nothing but combination circuits does not have any memory devices. So they have, that's why if you are given, see, when a combinational circuit, I'll represent here a combinational circuit. This is a combinational circuit. Okay, and whatever the inputs are given to this combination circuit, the input is develop only a single output. Okay, means output. So the output, the whatever the output we delivered this combinational circuit, that output is dependent only for the input. So this is nothing but present input, and this present input is so this is the present input. Okay, and this is the present output. Okay, so the present output is depends upon the present input only. So that is the combinational circuits. So whatever the input you are given to connected to this combination circuit, that combination circuit delivers some output. This output is nothing but present output, and we are using present input, we will get present output, and the present output is always dependent on present input. Okay, but whereas the sequential circuits, it is totally different. Okay, that is the only difference between sequential and combinational circuits. So because the combinational circuits having a combinational circuits with including memory will give sequential logic circuits. So in case of sequential logic circuit, it does not depends upon present output. Okay, so that is the meaning. I write here the definition. See, you can study the definition, you can understand what I'm saying. That so sequential circuit is a combination circuits with memory. Okay, and the output of sequential circuit, the output of sequential circuit, the output of sequential circuit depends on present inputs, present input and present state. Present state means past output. Present state means past output. So please don't get confusion. Why? Because if you are understanding the logic of operation of sequential circuit, you can understand any devices. Okay, so sequential circuits, you can understand entire sequential circuits. So first of all, please follow the logic. So the output of the sequential circuit depends upon present input. See, I already tells about this is a combinational circuit CC, and this is the present input, present input, and we will get past present output. Okay, so this is called present output. Okay, and these combination circuits are having a memory devices, so that's why the memory with the help of this memory, because this past output, present output is stored in memory device, so the present output is stored in memory device. Okay, memory device, and this memory is feedback with the input. So due to help of the present output, we will get a next output. Okay, next output with the help of this memory device. This memory is feedback with the output to input, so feedback, so this memory is connected by feedback to this combinational circuit. Due to this feedback combination, we will get next output. Okay, so this is the next output. So it is a next output means right now it is a present output. Okay, and this is the past output, present output and past output. So understand what I'm saying, that so actually the output, whatever, this is the final output. Okay, this is the final output. This output of sequential circuit depends upon this present inputs as well as the past outputs. Understand? So a combination circuits depends only the present output only depends upon the past present input. But in case of sequential circuits, what you understand in what you are learn sequential circuit means, see, actually, see, once again I tell you, I erase all these things, simply you can understand what I'm saying. That, see, these are the present inputs for the combinational circuit. So this is a combination circuit. You will give a present inputs to this combination circuit. You will get some output, that is called present output right now. Okay, and but this present output, in case of sequential circuits, this present output is stored in memory. Okay, because this combination circuit is with memory also. So this is the memory, and this memory is feedback to present input. Okay, so that is the reason, uh, taking this memory inputs once again, and the combinational circuit is delivered another outputs. Okay, so this is right now our present output. Okay, with the reference of this past output. That is the situation. So please, once again, 1 second, I'll see. Please note everybody. Once again, I'll join. See, understand what I am saying, that so combination circuits, actually the output of sequential circuit depends upon the present input as well as the past output also. This is the past output. In combination circuit, this is a present output, but in case of sequential circuit, this present output behaves like a past output, and the output of the entire sequential circuits depends upon the present input as well as the past output. That is the theory. So you can understand that logic point, you can understand more total theory. Okay, so here I write some more key points. See, and the next key point. So the information stored in the sequential circuit, the information stored in sequential circuit, the information stored in sequential circuit represents present state. Okay, present state. So I already tell you now, actually this is a combination circuit. Okay, every time I repeat this only, see, entire thing will be present inside. So this is a combination circuit and this is the present input and this is the output. Okay, output means it is a present output for the combinational circuit, and this present output is stored in memory device. Okay, so with the help of memory or with the reference of memory, because memory will store the present output. Okay, so that is nothing but present state. This is nothing but present state. Okay, now the information stored in the sequential circuit represents present state, that is called present output. Now this present output right now inside the memory acts as a past output. Past output in combinational circuit is a present output, but in sequential circuit this present output is nothing but present state, and this present state is represented by past output. Understand? It's a simple logic అండి, ఏం లేదండి. జనరల్గా మనం కాంబినేషన్ సర్క్యూట్ తీసుకున్నాం కదా, ఈ కాంబినేషన్ సర్క్యూట్కి ఇది ఇన్పుట్ ఇస్తాం, దాన్ని ప్రజెంట్ ఇన్పుట్ అంటాం. అయితే అది ఒక అవుట్పుట్ని క్రియేట్ చేస్తుంది కాంబినేషన్ సర్క్యూట్. ఓకే, అట్ ద సేమ్ టైం ఏంటవుతుంది అంటే ఈ అవుట్పుట్ అనేది మెమరీస్లో స్టోరేజ్ అయిపోతుంది బిట్ కింద. మెమరీ బిట్లో స్టోరేజ్ అవ్వడం వల్ల ఈ మెమరీ స్టోరేజ్లో ఉన్నది మనం ఏమంటాం, ప్రజెంట్ స్టేట్ అంటాం. ప్రజెంట్ స్టేట్ దేన్ని రిప్రజెంట్ చేస్తుంది, పాస్ట్ అవుట్పుట్ని రిప్రజెంట్ చేస్తుంది. ఈ మెమరీ ఎప్పుడైతే ఫీడ్బ్యాక్ ప్రాసెస్ ద్వారా ఇన్పుట్కి కనెక్ట్ చేస్తామో అప్పుడు ఈ మెమరీలో ఉన్న పాస్ట్ అవుట్పుట్ అని ఈ ప్రజెంట్ ఇన్పుట్ తీసుకొని అగైన్ ఏం చేస్తుంది, ప్రజెంట్ అవుట్పుట్ని డెలివర్ చేస్తుంది. ప్రజెంట్ అవుట్పుట్ని ఇప్పుడు ఈ ప్రజెంట్ అవుట్పుట్ అనేది సీక్వెన్షియల్ సర్క్యూట్ అవుట్పుట్, ఇక్కడ ప్రజెంట్ అవుట్పుట్ అనేది కాంబినేషనల్ సర్క్యూట్ అవుట్పుట్. బట్ ఈ కాంబినేషనల్ సర్క్యూట్ అవుట్పుట్ ఈ మెమరీకి ఇవ్వడం వల్ల ఈ మెమరీ ఏం చేస్తుంది, ప్రజెంట్ స్టేట్ కింద మారుస్తుంది. ఈ ప్రజెంట్ స్టేట్ పాస్ట్ యొక్క అవుట్పుట్ని ఇండికేట్ చేస్తుంది. అది థియరీ. ఓకే, సో వాట్ ఐఎమ్ సేయింగ్ ఇన్ ఇంగ్లీష్ I'll translate to Telugu. Say similarly, and this is the situation. So we have a combination circuit. In this combination circuit we will give some inputs and you will get some outputs. Now that output is nothing but present state in the memory. Okay, why? Because the present output is nothing but stored into this memory device, and the memory device acts as a present state, and with the reference of this present state, and this present state is connected feedback to the output. So therefore the present state of the memory and the present inputs will decide what is the next output of the sequential circuit. So that is the theory. Okay, so therefore the information stored in the sequential circuits represents the present state, that is nothing but past output. Present state is nothing but past output. So here present state is always represents past output. Understand me? Now the present state and present inputs will be defined output and the next stage. Okay, see the present state and the present state means past output, and present input and present input means combinational input. Okay, the present state means represents past output. The past output was stored into memory device. With the reference of that memory device and present inputs will decide the next stage of the output. Okay, so therefore the present state and present input will define output and next state. Okay, so this is about the sequential circuits key points. So please remember these key points. Why? Because every time I represent sequential circuits means the sequential circuits gives present inputs means in sequential circuits present output means it is depends upon the past output as well as present input. Okay, so simply I'll write here. See, what is the sequential means? Sequential circuit is equal to combinational circuit plus memory. Okay, plus memory. See, this is the for theory. Sequential circuit is nothing but combinational circuit plus memory. With this memory, with the reference of this memory, this combinational circuits acts as a sequential circuit. So in combinational circuits, we have only one input, one means one present input and present output. But with the present the output present output of the combinational circuit is stored into the memory, and this memory is feedback to the input, present input of the combinational circuit. So with the reference of this memory, the combinational circuits will create a next state. That next state is nothing but present output of the sequential circuit. So that is the theory. Understand everybody? Please message me. You can understand, then I'll proceed to block diagram. So please note everybody, I'll move to block diagram. Please note everybody, I'll move to block diagram. Please move. So please note everybody, I'll move to block diagram. So the next block diagram. So block diagram of sequential circuit. Block diagram of sequential circuit. See, I already write so many times. I'll draw the block diagram for the three important key points. Same block diagram once again I represents here. See, this is the combinational circuit. First of all, I draw the combinational circuit. This is a combinational see, I use another color. This is the combinational circuit. Okay, and this combinational circuit, this is the input of the combinational circuit. This is the input. Okay, and we will get one output here. So this is the input and this is the output of the combinational circuit, and this output is feedback with what? Memory. Okay, so this is called memory, and memory is feedback with the output is feedback with input. Okay, so this is nothing but feedback. Okay, so this is called feedback. This memory is always feedback. Why? Because the combinational circuit, if you give an input to this combinational circuit, means we will deliver one output through this combinational circuit. Now the output, whatever the output you will get from right hand side, output side, that output information is stored in this memory device. So right now this output is a present output of this combinational state, and the present output of the combinational state is right now stored in this device. So this device is called memory device, and this stored input, this stored output is acts as a present state, that is called past output of the sequential circuit. So right now this combination I'll write here. See, I'll represent it a dotted line. See, dotted line. This is a dotted line, and this dotted line right now is indicates this is called sequential circuit. circuit. Okay, so right now you will get sequential circuit output here. This is called present output of the combinational circuit. This is one output, present output. That output stored into this memory, and this with the reference of this memory, because the memory was connected feedback to the input, and take this output of the combination circuit and the present input of the combination circuits will decided what is the output of this sequential circuit. So that is the meaning of sequential logic family. Okay, understand? So this is about the block diagram of sequential logic circuit. Okay, so please write everybody. So this is about a block diagram of sequential circuit. Understand what everybody? So because these combinational circuits are having one output. Okay, and ప్రస్తుతానికి ఏం చెప్తున్నానంటే వినండి, కాంబినేషనల్ సర్క్యూట్స్ లో ప్రతిదానికి అవుట్పుట్ ఉంటుంది. ఓకే, సో ఈ అవుట్పుట్ అనేది మెమరీలో స్టోర్ అవుతుంది, అండ్ ఈ అవుట్పుట్ ఏమో మెమరీ ద్వారా ఫీడ్బ్యాక్ అయ్యి ఇన్పుట్కి వెళ్తుంది. కాబట్టి ఇన్పుట్ ఏం చేస్తుంది, ఈ కాంబినేషనల్ సర్క్యూట్ అవుట్పుట్ ఇన్పుట్ కలిపి ఈ బ్లూ కలర్లో కనిపిస్తుంది సీక్వెన్షియల్ సర్క్యూట్. ఈ సీక్వెన్షియల్ సర్క్యూట్ యొక్క ఫైనల్ అవుట్పుట్ అవుతుంది. అందువల్ల ఇది ప్రజెంట్ అవుట్పుట్ అవుతుంది, ఇది పాస్ట్ అవుట్పుట్ అవుతుంది. ఈ పాస్ట్ అవుట్పుట్నే మనం ప్రజెంట్ స్టేట్ అంటున్నాం. సో ప్రజెంట్ స్టేట్ ఈజ్ నథింగ్ బట్ పాస్ట్ అవుట్పుట్, and this past output and present input will decided what is the present output of sequential circuits. So that is the theory. Okay, so actually sequential circuits are actually two types. Sequential circuits are two types. First one is synchronized sequential circuits, and second one is asynchronizing, asynchronizes sequential circuit. What is the difference of synchronizing asynchronizing means? Generally in synchronizing sequential circuits we are using same clock pulse. Okay, so actually sequential circuits wants additional clock pulse, that is called trigger. Okay, with the help of trigger only they can working. So this having additional clock pulse. Okay, so they required additional clock pulse, otherwise they are having additional clock pulse, or they requires additional clock pulse to operate this sequential circuit, and this is also called as a trigger. Okay, so here we are using two types of trigger, that is called level trigger and edge trigger. Okay, so level trigger and edge trigger we can use. What is the triggering process I'll explain later. So first of all, the sequential circuits are two types, synchronizing and asynchronizing. In synchronization case we are using the same clock pulse, but in asynchronizing state we are using different clock pulse. Okay, different clock pulse. Okay, so the synchronizing sequential circuits running with the same clock pulse, actually these are the running process. See, I write here, it is actually it is called as a running process. So running with the same clock pulse. So synchronizing circuits are running with the same clock pulse, and asynchronizing sequential circuits are running with the different clock pulse. So here asynchronizing state, when in asynchronizing state we are using different clock pulse. Those asynchronizing state is nothing but counters. Okay, so with the counters are manufactured flip-flop counters. These are the ordinary counters. In previous case I explained encoder decoders are the counters only, but that counters are working with the help of combination circuit. But in case of these counters were working in the sequential mode, then in the sequential mode these counters can be manufactured with the help of asynchronizing technique. So in asynchronizing sequential circuits are using different clock pulse. So we want to run the counters with with different clock pulse. So that is the reason counters are always manufactured in asynchronizing sequential circuits only. So this is about the theory. Okay, and see here I already tell you what is the trigger pulse. So trigger means it is additional clock pulse. Trigger is nothing but additional clock pulse. Understand? So please properly listen, okay, because it is very easy but understanding purpose it is too difficult. And asynchronizing sequential circuits are running with the same clock pulse. Remember always, synchronizing clock sequential circuits are running with the same clock pulse, but asynchronizing sequential circuits are running with the different clock pulse. So that's why the counters are almost the counter BCD counter and the hexa to decimal and code counters. So these type of counters are almost all manufactured with the help of asynchronizing technique only, because the counters having the counters want a different clock pulses. That's the reason. So almost all for using of different clock pulse, the counters will be always designed in asynchronizing state. But what are the examples of synchronizing state? Means with the same clock pulse almost all flip flops are working. Flip flops are the best example. Flip flops are the best example for the synchronizing state sequential circuit. But almost flip flops are want only same clock pulse only. Okay, so that's why flip flops running with the same clock pulse. That is the reason in synchronizing technique is used to manufacturing flip flops. Asynchronizing technique is used to manufacturing counters. Okay, and see, so please note everybody, I'll move to what is the trigger pulse. Okay, so after then types of flip flops, I'll start types of flip flop. After then I'll start remaining process. Okay, so this is about the introduction. What I'm saying, that this what I'm saying right now, it's a completely introduction about sequential circuit. And the sequential circuits are the combination circuits with the memory. And see, this is the very important point, because it is a combination circuits as well as memory. Okay, and you can, the output of the sequential circuit depends upon present inputs, okay, and present state. That is called past output. You can mention another way, the sequential circuits are the logic circuits, which is the sequential circuits are the logic circuits of combination circuits with the memory. Okay, and the output of the sequential circuits depends upon the present input as well as the past output. You can also write as well as the past output. Okay, so the output of sequential circuit depends on present inputs as well as the past output. You can write also, you like also, otherwise you can write in this method, no problem. The output sequential circuit depends on present input and present state. That is nothing but past output. Okay, so the information stored in the sequential circuits represents present state. Present state means past output. Here always you think that present state is nothing but past output. Okay, so present output is different, present state is different. Present state is nothing but past output, and present output is nothing but, right now, sequential output is a present output. So the present state and present input will decided what is the output of the next state. Okay, so the present state and present input. Present input means whatever the input you are given to the combination circuit, that is called present input. And the present state means the combinational gets some output. That output as past output. That past output represents present state. So the past output, present input will decided what is the output of sequential circuits. So this is the concept of sequential logic circuit. And the block diagram of sequential circuit, you see the block diagram, it is a combinational circuit with the memory. Memory is connected to feedback through feedback process. So right now, if you are giving input to this combination circuit, you will get output that is represented by blue color. Now that output is a past output because it represents present state. Okay, the past output will stored in the memory device, and this past output, with the reference of this past output and the present input, will decided what is the sequential circuits output. Okay, so the sequential circuits are two types. One is synchronizing type and asynchronizing type. So in synchronizing means the system runs with the same clock pulse, and asynchronizing systems means sequential circuit means it runs with the different clock pulse. Okay, so for using of different clock pulse, we can manufacture counters with the same clock pulse we are using flip-flops. So that's why flip-flops are the examples of synchronizing system, and counters are almost example for counters. Okay, are the examples of a synchronizing system. Okay, and see, in case of come to flip-flops, so we are this circuit is completely focused on flip-flops only. So this unit, actually this unit is mainly focused on flip-flops. So we want to study different types of flip-flops in this lesson. Okay, so before going to flip-flops, I first explain what is the clock pulse triggers. Okay, so my triggers are two types, that is nothing but level trigger and edge trigger. Okay, so I'll write here. Next page, please note everybody. I'll move to next page. See, types of actually clock signal. This is called clock signal. Clock signal. See, in clock signal, I tell you, generally the flip-flop changes the state as following two ways: level trigger and edge trigger. Okay, first of all, I explain the clock signal, but using the flip-flop technique, I'll tell you what is the clock signal. Okay, whenever you apply a clock signal to any flip-flop, then immediately the flip-flop changes its state. Okay, so that is called triggering. That is meaning triggering. Okay, so triggering means you will apply some additional clock signal. So clock signal, or we are called as a trigger. Trigger is a device to convert. Trigger is a device. Actually, trigger is a device. It produces some clock signals. Okay, it produces some clock signals. So that is generally these clock signals are actually two types. So that is, first type is level triggering. Level trigger. Okay, level trigger. And see, and second one is edge trigger. Edge trigger. So what is level trigger means? See, I'll write here what is the level trigger. I write here. See, level trigger means, in the level trigger we have two type of triggering process. So that is called positive level triggering. Positive level triggering. Level triggering and triggering. Edge triggering. Okay, and this is the negative level triggering. Similarly, edge triggering is also two types. That is also positive edge triggering and negative edge triggering. Understand? Positive edge triggering and as well as negative edge triggering. Okay, so what is the positive level edge triggering and negative level triggering? After then, what is positive edge triggering and positive level triggering? So first of all, I starts with level triggering. Okay, so in level triggering, first I explain level triggering. In level triggering, what is the positive level triggering? First I will explain positive level triggering. So positive level means when the output of the flip-flop respond high to high. So I'll write here, you can understand, when the output of a flip-flop responds to high. Response to high means 1. Okay, response to high level input clock pulse. High level input to clock pulse. So when output of flip flop respond to high level input clock pulse is called, then it is called positive level triggering. So when the output of flip flop respond to high means almost the whatever the flip-flops here I am using, that flip-flops responding always high output than the level, than the always high input clock pulse, that is called positive triggering. Okay, for suppose it is in low, that is 0 level input clock pulse, then it is called negative triggering. Okay, simply we can call, so when output of flip flop respond to low level input clock pulse, so if you are given clock pulse like this is the clock pulse direction. Okay, see, this is the clock pulse, additional clock pulse. See, in this clock pulse, this is represent as a low clock pulse and this is represent as high clock pulse. Okay, now if you are given high clock pulse to the input signal of the flip flop, then output will be respond, those type of triggering is called positive triggering. If you given low input signal, low input clock to, so if you given low clock pulse to the input signal, then the output of the flip flop is respond, then those type of then those type of level triggering is called negative triggering. So that is the only difference of level triggering. Okay, so when output of the flip flop respond to high level input clock pulse, or we can say that if you are given high input clock pulse, if you are given high clock pulse to the input signal, then the output will be respond, output of the flip flop will be respond, then those type of triggerings are called positive level triggering. When we are given low value to this input signal, then the flip flop output will be respond, then those type of triggering is called negative triggering. Understand? Similarly, triggering, edge trigger is also like that only. So in this diagram I can explain what is the edge triggering. See, actually this is the clock pulse, this is the clock pulse. Okay, see, level triggering means only it explain high and low value, but edge means only this is the, actually this is the edge. Okay, so this is the edge. This is the edge triggering, like edge triggering. So here down, whatever the down arrow mark indicates edge triggering, this is called edge trigger, edge triggering, this is called negative edge triggering. And whatever the positive arrow mark indicates positive edge triggering. Okay, so this is nothing but edge triggering. So edge triggering is simply, we can say that for suppose a positive edge triggering, we can talk about positive edge triggering. So the positive edge triggering means positive edge triggering. So positive edge trigger means when the clock pulse changes from low state to high state. So clock pulse changes from low to high, it is called positive triggering. From, see, positive triggering means it is changed from low level to high level. So this arrow mark is a previous state and this arrow mark is a present state. So the previous state to present state, it will be changed. So that is means low level to high level change. So positive, so this arrow mark, up down arrow mark indicates always changing state from, this is a low value, this is a high value. Okay, so change state from low to high is called positive triggering, edge triggering. And what is the negative edge triggering? Edge triggering means clock pulse change from high to low. So this is called negative trigger pulse. So see, down is always indicates for low level. Okay, so now high to down, it will change from high level to low level. So this is actually high level and this is a low level. So see, arrow mark indicates from high to low. So from high to low, it indicates negative edge triggering. From low to high, it indicates positive edge triggering. Understand, everybody? So please respond me, everybody is understanding or not? So this is about clock pulse. Okay, so you know the clock pulse, how you will give the clock pulse to the flip flop and everything. will be explained in the flip-flop operation. Okay, so actually before I am applying clock to the any flip-flops, so first of all, what is the clock pulse, what is the positive clock pulse, what is the negative clock pulse, and what is the level triggering clock pulses, what is the edge triggering clock pulses, you can understand first of all, then only you can apply this process to any flip-flop operation. So that is the reason I explain all these things. So understand everybody. So I start with sequential circuit and I explain what is the sequential circuit, and I want to discuss about, we will discuss about the synchronizing, asynchronizing type of sequential circuits, and after then we explain the trigger clock pulse. Okay, so clock pulse means triggering. So trigger is a device to produce a continuous clock pulse. That is called up and down clock pulse, that is called negative, low level clock pulse, and high level clock pulse. So trigger on means it is a high level, trigger off means it is a low level. So that is also one type of indication of clock signals. So on means, if trigger on means it is a high, it indicates high clock pulse. If trigger is low, trigger is off means it is indicates low clock pulse. Understand? So that is also one type of operation of trigger. So how many types of triggerings are there? Level triggering and edge triggering. Level triggering is they are classified into two categories, that is called positive level triggering and negative level triggering. And edge triggering is also classified into two ways, positive edge triggering and negative edge triggering. Edge triggering is nothing but the clock pulse changes from state, from low to high or high to low. So that is represents edge triggering. If low to high means it is a positive, and high to low means it is a negative triggering pulse. Level means only they are represents high and low states. So for suppose when output of flip flop is respond to high level input clock pulse, then it is called as positive level triggering. When the output of flip flop responds to low level input clock pulse, then it is called as negative level triggering. So please understand everybody. Then right now, next key points, I'll explain the next key points. See, generally types of flip-flops. So we are studying about flip-flops. Actually in this lesson, sequential circuits are nothing but flip-flops. Okay, so sequential circuits are two types. Synchronizing sequential circuit, first of all I study synchronizing sequential circuits, and these synchronizing sequential circuits are running with the same clock pulse, and the examples of synchronizing sequential circuits are flip-flops. Okay, now I will study right now flip-flops. And what is a flip-flop? Actually flip-flop is nothing but I'll explain in flip-flops. While I'm explaining the flip-flops, I can explain what is the flip-flop definition, everything. But first of all, I want to right now I continuously explain the synchronizing sequential circuits. So first of all, how many types of flip-flops are there generally? So there are types of flip-flops actually. So right now I'll explain types of flip-flops. So types of flip-flops. Types of flip-flops. So there are number of flip-flops. There are number of flip-flops. Okay, we shall consider the following flip-flops. The first one is clocked RS flip-flop. Clocked RS, reset set RS means flip-flop. And second one is JK flip-flop. Third one is master slave JK flip-flop. And fourth one is toggle flip-flop. It is also called as T flip-flop. And fifth one is delay flip-flop, delay flip-flop, and it is also called as D flip-flop, D flip-flop. Okay, so these are about flip-flops. So generally, what is the definition of clock pulse? Definition of flip-flop is nothing but, see, here I explain definition. See, simply flip-flop is a simple flip-flop sample. Flip-flop samples its input and changes. Flip-flop sample its inputs changes its output only at a time as determined by a clock signal. Okay, so it is flip-flops are always used as a clock signal. So we want to use always clock signal to operate flip-flop. So simply flip-flop means it samples its input and changes its output only at a time as a determined by clock signal. So that is about the operation of the major operation of flip-flop. Flip-flops are almost sampling devices. Actually, flip-flops are a sampling devices. It samples its input and changes its output only at the time of determined by the clock signal. So they want clock signal to operate the flip-flops. Why? Because if you are not applying clock pulse, they are not sampling any output. Okay, so tomorrow class I'll explain different types of flip-flops. So today class, I think today is a time enough. So this is about what I'm right now telling about. All these things are the basics of the major basics to go ahead flip-flops. So these are the major basics. So please remember these basics, and please once again you read this everything, then you can understand what is the operation of the flip-flop. So everybody understand or not? So please respond me if your message is important, then I